Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Tanya Romine, and I am a member of this congregation and your worship associate today. On behalf of Reverend Dave Dunn, our Director of Religious Exploration, Lexi T. Brown, our Music Director, Alex Peach, the greeters, and the technical team that are here making today's live stream possible, I would like to welcome you to the Unitarian Universalist Metro Atlanta North congregation, which we lovingly call UUMAN. UUMAN is a liberal faith community with the mission to nurture our spirit, strive for justice, and transform the world. No matter who you are, who you love, or where you are on your spiritual journey, you are welcomed here. Welcome to all that are joining us remotely. For any visitors who are here for their first time, and if you are comfortable in doing so, would you please stand and tell us your name and where you are from so that we may get to know you better. Do we have any visitors on my right? Okay. How about visitors on my left? Wonderful, welcome, thank you.
Welcome.
I'm Mark Medlin. I was a longtime member of the Unitarian Church in Nashville, Tennessee, and then in Asheville, North Carolina. I moved to the Atlanta area.
Wonderful, welcome, glad to have you. Any other visitors? Oh, hi, good morning, dear. How are you? Good, but nice to have you. Welcome.
Welcome.
Glad to have you. Wonderful, Johnny. Thank you. Anyone else? Yes, ma'am.
Long-time Unitarian Universalist, originally from Montreal.
Wonderful. Glad you're here.
That's a long time ago.
Anyone else? Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. You want to stand?
I'm Trish, and we are here in the Atlanta area, but we live in the city of West Point.
Wonderful.
Welcome.
Good to have you here. Thank you.
And I'm Ernest Fannings, I'm your son. We're actually involved with the Unitarian group, our local Unitarian group, and we want to come visit you guys.
Well, that's great.
Awesome.
We're really glad to have you. Wonderful. Anyone else? We're loaded this morning.
Love new faces.
I'm sorry?
Love new faces.
Yes, we do. We love new faces. We would like to acknowledge that the land upon which this congregation is situated is the former home of the Muskogee and Cherokee nations and those who have gone before them. UUMAN will hold its semi-annual congregational meeting today at noon. That would be just immediately following the service. With a community potluck, that would be immediately following the service, so the congregational meeting is immediately following that. You can sign up for our holiday pageant. Sign up has begun. The pageant will be our Sunday service on December the 22nd. Please see Lexi T. Brown over here if you are interested in participating in a new, never-been-told-before holiday story with love at the center. All ages are welcome on stage and behind the scenes. Now, if everyone would join us in the hand of friendship or elbow, whichever you're more comfortable with.
Good job.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Before we get started, I want to say I don't believe in miracles, but I do believe in miracle workers. And we have one here today. If you didn't notice, we have a new dishwasher, and Dawn Gross installed that dishwasher. And it was no small feat. Electrically, the plumbing, it was a lot. So thank you, Dawn. This morning's call to worship is by Carol Bindle. We pause to give thanks for the voyage of life from seed to harvest, the kiss of rain and sun and growth, the gifts of the earth given into the hands of strangers, friends, and families whose efforts now bring such bounty to this table. Thanks and praise for fellowship and for the lives of those whose essence lingers among us. Thanks for the complex ways we each continue to seek and find our place, unique like everyone else. Lead us to the gift of regular silence until it silences us. Bring us to choose gratitude until we are truly grateful. Fill us with praise until we become a constant act of praise. And now let us light our chalice together.
We gather here today to share and give thanks, to tell stories and break bread and be together in Holy Communion. We light our chalice this morning in the spirit of thanksgiving, with love, hope, and generosity of spirit, grateful for this blessed opportunity to be together. And now, if you are willing and able, would you please stand and sing our opening hymn number 406.
We have time for all ages. If all of the young in body and heart want to come join me at the front. crowd today. I think that there's food around. Who here has heard of the little red hen? You've heard that story before? Anybody else? Have you heard this story before? It's a good one. It's one of my favorites. One summer day, the little red hen found a grain of wheat. A grain of wheat, she said to herself, I will plant it. I will plant it. She asked the duck, will you help me plant this grain of wheat? No, I'm good. She asked the goose, will you help me plant this grain of wheat? Not I, said the goose. She found the cat. Will you help me plant this grain of wheat? Not I. And then she found the pig. Will you help me plant this grain of wheat? What do you think the pig said? Then I will plant it myself, said the little red hen, and she did. Soon the wheat grew tall, and the little red hen knew it was time to reap it. Who will help me reap this wheat? Not I, said the duck. Not I, said the goose. Not I, said the cat. Not I, said the pig. Then I will reap it myself. And she did. She reaped the wheat, and it was ready to be taken to the mill and made into flour. Who will help me carry this flour to the mill? Not I, said the duck. Not I, said the goose. Not I, said the cat. And not I, said the pig. Then I will carry it myself, said the little red hen. And she did. She carried the wheat to the mill, and the miller made it into flour. When she got home, she asked, who will help me make this flour into dough? What do you think they said? That's right, they said, not I. Then I will make the dough myself, said the little red hen. And she did. What does dough make? Or bread. Yeah, they're not very helpful, are they? Then I will make the dough myself, and she made that dough into bread. Who will help me bake this bread? Not I, said the duck. Not I, said the goose. Not I, said the cat. Not I, said the pig. Then I will bake it myself, and she did. After the loaf had been taken from the oven and set on the windowsill to cool. And now, said the little red hen, who will help me eat this bread? I will, said the duck. I will, said the goose. Yeah, they really like bread. I will, said the cat. I will, said the pig. And the little red hen said, no, I'll eat it by myself. And she did. The end. A natural consequence.
At this point in our service, we share our joys with each other to magnify them and our sorrows to divide the weight of their pain. If you are so moved, please feel free to come forward, drop a pebble in the bowl, and express a joy or a sorrow that you may have. For those of you attending via live stream, if you have a joy or a sorrow that you would like to share this morning, please type it in the chat.
I'm Rosie Pop, and I am a member of this congregation. I am dropping a pebble for Sue Trombley. A month ago, I dropped a pebble because her son had a heart attack and had to have stents put in. Since then, he's been in Piedmont Hospital for about a week because he lost vision in his eyes. That problem got resolved, and he got home. Sue has been going to East Point to help take care of him. The first night he was home from Piedmont Hospital with his eye issue, he had a seizure, and she found him the next morning, and he has been in Grady Hospital for 3 weeks. He had meningitis and abscess on the brain. He's had brain surgery, and he is able to breathe on his own now. He is able to talk a little bit, and I believe it was Friday, he was able with a walker to walk from one side of the bed to the other side of the bed. So Sue has been down there every day, caring for him and talking to the doctors and all. So keep her in your thoughts.
So last night was the spaghetti dinner, and it was really successful. And wait, what are we doing?
I just wanted to say how happy we are, everyone that came out and supported, and the amazing youth and parents that made it possible.
Yeah, and it was a lot of fun, and we thank everybody for supporting the coming of age. And then I have another joy. My Nutcracker is coming up, and I'm just really happy of everybody who's coming and supporting me, and everybody who's just not just saying that. Yeah. So thank you.
I'm Sarah Hunter, and it is Nutcracker season. I've been to one performance already, but I don't know if it's a joy or what, I'm having my right hip replaced. So since that news, I've started hobbling even more. So I'm hoping it moves up from March to more like December, so I can enjoy my vacation in Cabo. So thank you.
I'm Amanda. I'm a member of this church. Ram Dass said, if you think you're enlightened, go spend a week with your family. So just a pebble for all of those with Thanksgiving anxiety. And this little boy is going to be 9 years old on December 1st. And if you guys see or know ever, you know how much personality he has, and he makes us so happy.
I'm Miriam Patanian, and I have two pebbles today. The first is a pebble of concern for my brother who lives up in Nashville, just outside of Nashville. He's been having chronic migraines for several years now, and he experienced some new symptoms a few weeks ago that made him take himself to the ER, which he never does. So they are trying to adjust his medications. We're still not sure what's going on, so just keeping my thoughts on him. And then this other pebble is a pebble of love for my husband, who offered, since my brother is no longer feeling comfortable with driving my mom down for Thanksgiving, my husband said, you know what, I will get in the car on Tuesday, spend the night, and then bring your mother home to spend several weeks with us on Wednesday. So, good guy.
Stanley Parker, member here. And some of you may remember a few years ago we had this global pandemic, and everything shut down. Everybody thought it was going to be maybe for a couple of weeks. It ended up being years. But at any rate, my band, Fisheye, was scheduled to play at the first coffee house that had gotten canceled. And I'm happy and joyous to say we're not doing a coffee house, but we're doing a special concert here April 5th. And hope everyone can make it. We've got lots of new songs, if you heard us before. And really happy about that. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Margaret Pendergrass. I have a joy today. On Thursday, I got to go with my daughter Ellen and watch her ring the bell, which was very exciting. She finished up her treatment about a month ago, and then she got to go in and ring the bell, and she was the star of the show. She was absolutely excited about it, and I'm glad we got to share that moment with my mom and my husband's parents, and then we went out and had a big celebration lunch. So it was a huge milestone for us after 2 years of waiting for that moment. It was so exciting to actually be there.
My name is Richard Bomba, and I am in the spirit of Wicked that is released this past week. I've had my Wizard of Oz moment the past month. I have been in, this is my first UU church to ever go to in my life, right here. And I thought, about a month ago or so, I said, Betty, can we go visit some other UU churches since I have no idea what I'm doing here? And she said, of course. And we went to UUCA, Northwest, and Emerson. And I went to those different churches to see what their programs are like and their congregation and their music programs and all. And I am clicking my ruby heels right now to say there is no place like home.
I just want to acknowledge that this Thursday was something called, are you going to? Yeah, the Ecumenical Thanksgiving. Were you going to make this announcement? Okay. So it's an opportunity for people of all religions to come together and do this wonderful program filled with music and inspirational speakers and everything. This was their 20th year, and it was the first time I've ever participated in the choir. And we had 5 members, I think, within our own choir, plus Alex, who has been playing for the choir there for how many years, Alex? A lot. So I just wanted us to acknowledge that there's this wonderful event, and all these, there's Jewish and Presbyterian and Unity and UU and I don't know what, everything. We even had a Sikh, so it's just a wonderful, so if you're not a singer, at least look for it, and next year join us right around Thanksgiving for this wonderful event.
Good morning. I'm Chris Wilson. I'm a member of our congregation as well as our dedicated live stream team. We're usually behind the curtain. Thank you, Richard. But we pop out now and then. So I would like to read out 2 joys from the live stream. One from David Pregel. Joy of the support last night for the COA Youth Spaghetti Fundraiser Dinner. What a success. A big thanks to the volunteers and especially the Podorowski family who supported this event. And then one from Patrick Sturgill. My joy is I finally had an appointment with my neurologist and might be on the right track to diagnosing the problems I've been having. Also, second joy, I've discovered UUMAN this morning. Thank you all.
Hello.
I'm Diane Smiley Kearns. And I say my middle name Smiley because what I wanted to say was I just had a lovely memory of my father, who was a pharmacist, and both my grandfathers were pharmacists also. But my dad had a store, and he had a soda fountain and candy. And the fact that I didn't bring any bread just came up in my mind thinking about my dad. He's died at age 90 quite a few years ago. And I was able to go in the store anytime I wanted to and take some penny candy. And I thought about that. And then I saw my granddaughter's bag of leftover candy from Halloween. And so I went in what I thought were like penny candy. The good stuff was all gone by now. But these are little lollipops, and if anybody would like one, I'm going to put it over here near the bread because of this memory that came up because of the bread.
I have a pebble. This is on behalf of Paul Teal. His wife had surgery in the hospital. There were some complications, but she's doing better now.
I'll drop one final pebble for all those joys and sorrows, too tender to escape the folds of our hearts. Let us keep one another in our thoughts for the coming weeks. In an effort to fulfill and further the vision and mission of our congregation, we ask of our members and friends to share of their time, talent, and treasures. With this, we will now take the offering. You may also use the Give Now how about this? You can also use the Give Now option on the Breeze app. This month's 50/50 recipient is the UUA Disaster Fund Relief. Any check specifically designated as 50/50 or any Breeze donation specifying Give to 50/50 this month will go to support their work.
We have some visitors today, and we don't do this bread communion every week. We do it once a year, the Sunday before Thanksgiving. So you're gonna have to come back if you want to see a normal service. Anyway, so will those who have brought bread here this morning come forward and gather over here? And then, as you are so moved, maybe you grab your bread and you can tell us about the significance of it and what it means to you. Rosie?
So, I was born in Brownsville, Texas, and lived there until I was 5. My mother was born and raised in that area. One of my most wonderful memories while I lived there, and then when we went back every year after we moved away to visit my grandparents, is my sister and I holding my grandfather's hand, walking across the street to the little store and picking out pan de dulce, which is a Mexican sweetbread. It was in a cardboard box like this with newspaper and wax paper, and there are all kinds of pan de dulce, all kinds. There's probably 25 different kinds or more. But this is the most common, and it was very special to us. And when we would go back to visit my grandparents, we would take empty suitcases because there were no Hispanic stores at the time in north of South Texas in our area. So we would bring back pan de dulce and tamales in our empty suitcases. So when bakeries in the Atlanta area, Mexican bakeries or our Hispanic bakeries opened in the Alpharetta area, it was very exciting to see pan de dulce, and my children grew up eating it. This is the most common kind, and it's a very delicious kind. If you've never eaten it, it's sweet, but it's not too sweet. And I encourage you to visit some of the Hispanic grocery stores because almost all of them sell it, and bakeries.
Good morning, my name is Martina Austin, and the bread I baked is in honor of the man I mentioned a few weeks ago who visited in September and then passed away a couple weeks ago. He was a very good cook and baker, and he taught me to bake this bread, which is a country wheat bread. And I didn't get it right at first, and my bread kept coming out like this with like a little mountain peak in it. And so he schooled me, you gotta knead it more. Is this good? No, more, knead it more. Anyway, so I baked this. It's a wheat bread, and it's in his memory.
So back when I was in the Navy, we were members of St. Michael's Lutheran Church in Virginia Beach. And Chris, my beloved wife, was a member of the communion bread committee, and she would make loaves of this communion bread every week. And it has a special relationship. One, it's extremely good. But that church specifically, when I was on deployment, they would always do really great things for the family. And Pastor Chris and his wife Cynthia specifically had children our same age. And just the bread in general reminds me of that community family. And we were so lucky to have found UUMAN here. And it gives us that same community relationship again. And that's why we love this bread so much.
Well, to call this bread is kind of a stretch because it's really like cake. And it's cranberry bread, and we make it every year. And my father-in-law, Mark's dad, who passed away 2 years ago, the day after Thanksgiving, loved this, and it was his favorite bread. We made it for him. Every year when we'd go up to Ohio, we took it with us, and he loved it. So we make it in his honor.
I brought my tropical banana bread. It has coconut and pineapple as well. And our family has a lot of good memories around banana bread for birthdays. And, Dawn's first visit to Atlanta, she had banana bread in the revolving restaurant. And this is what I bring to what I've brought into family gatherings and stuff in the past as well. And so I wanted to share it all with you.
I brought beer bread. My mom taught me to make it when I was a little kid, and it brings back good memories of making it with my mom, and last night was the first time I made it since I was a kid, so.
I'm Meredith McCaskey, and this is my daughter Muriel, and we have brought cinnamon raisin milk bread. My mom didn't really bake much when I was growing up, but it's something that I've gotten into as a young adult and an adult, and Muriel really loves to bake with me, so she helped me make this, and that's what we brought.
A Blessing of the Bread by Reverend Michael Tino. Seeds scattered on fertile ground are warmed by the sun and fed by the soil. They sprout and grow, producing great fields of grain. The grain is harvested and ground into flour. Flour mixed with yeast and water and salt and kneaded. And kneaded some more, Martina. And allowed to rise and baked to make bread. The bread is broken in the sacred space of a worship service and shared in this community of love. The breaking of bread is an ancient ritual of community and memory celebrated in many different traditions and in many different ways. Today, as we approach the American celebration of Thanksgiving, we break bread together to celebrate the abundance of harvest, the hard work of all who make our lives possible, and the community that gathers here to worship together. And we bless this bread as a community engaged in shared ministry within our walls and beyond. May this bread embody the loving memories through which these were made by the loving hands of the members of this congregation. And may these loving memories nurture our bodies, mind, and spirit into the future. These loaves were baked with love, abundant love, love that multiplies all that is around it. As you are so moved, feel free to participate in our bread communion by coming forward and taking a piece of bread or multiple pieces of bread. We have plenty. As you eat this bread, bring to mind those things and people for which you are thankful at this time of year. Come forward, receive this gift of the loving bread of community.
Oh
those who are willing and able, please join us in singing hymn number 131.
I can't say we have bread in our mouth. Give me
Now, if you will join me in extinguishing the chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
Return again, return again, return to the home of your soul. Return again, return again, return to the home of your soul. Return to who you are, return to where you are, return to the way you love your soul and reborn again. Return to who you are, return to what you are, return to the way you love your soul and reborn again.
John Fire Lane Deer writes, "There's more to food than just having it pass through your body. There are spirits in the food, watching over it. And if you're stingy, that spirit will go away thinking, man, that jerk is so tight, I'll leave. But if you share your food with others, the good spirit will always stay around. Go in peace and enjoy your week."
And go to the pub. And go to the congregational meeting.